Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Max Timms with your 11:30 Bulletin. The England national team will not be wearing the One Love armband at the FIFA World Cup. 6 other European nations have also backed out after FIFA made it clear that they will face sporting sanctions. This news comes after the England captain Harry Kane and manager Gareth Southgate made it clear that they wanted to wear the armband. England's World Cup campaign kicks off today as they face Iran at 1 o'clock. The Three Lions go into the game as favourites, but after a dismal Nations League campaign, England will need a strong start to get the fans on side. Captain Harry Kane insists that previous results are nothing to worry about.
We could have done better over obviously the summer and the last kind of 6 games or so, but also I think it's made us stronger. I think it's made us even more hungry going into this tournament.
Qatar had been preparing for 6 months ahead of the World Cup, and they lost. The hosts lost to Ecuador yesterday night in their group opener 2-0. The former West Ham and Everton forward Enner Valencia scored the brace, making Qatar the first host country to lose their first game in a World Cup. Qatar's next match is against Senegal on Friday at 1 p.m. UK time on the BBC, as they seek to get some return for the prolonged preparation period. Wales will be on football's biggest stage after 64 years. Rob Page's men take on the US in their World Cup opening game in Doha. Wales' previous World Cup campaign was way back in 1958, where they managed to reach the quarter-final stage. Welsh captain Gareth Bale and talisman says he's excited and honoured to take part in the game's grandest stage.
But most importantly was the best thing was to do for our country.
Elsewhere in the World Cup, AFCON champion Senegal face off against the Netherlands. The golden generation of Senegal will be out their talisman Sadio Mane. This will be a huge blow for the attack of the side, whereas the Netherlands' fluid trio of Cody Gakpo, Memphis Depay and Steven Bergwijn have all been on form in the Nations League ahead of the World Cup. Speaking of the World Cup, England have another trophy, this time in the Wheelchair Rugby League. England beat France 28-24 after a late Tom Halliway try to secure the victory for the first time since 2008. Breaking news this morning. Rangers have sacked manager Giovanni van Bronckhorst after a year in charge of the club. The Dutchman took the side to the Europa League final and won the Scottish Cup. However, poor results in the league and the worst Champions League group stage campaign ever has left the Scottish club with no choice. Our local Saints women team have played yesterday away at Bollywood Park, drawing 1-1 against Blackburn Rovers. A goal from Katie Wilkinson put the mighty Saints 1-0 up in the 57th minute, only for Saffron Jordan to disappoint with an 85th minute equaliser for Blackburn. The result leaves Saints 3rd in the table in the WSL2. Sebastian Vettel has raced in his final race in Formula 1. The 4-time world champion finished 10th in Abu Dhabi yesterday, earning himself a vital point. Vettel thanked his fans for their support and said that he hoped the rest of the drivers continue to use their voice to promote important issues as he did. And some news from the world of golf. Rory McIlroy is the first ever player to be world #1, FedEx Cup champion and DP World Tour #1 in the same year. The Northern Irishman finished ahead of the US Open champion Matt Fitzpatrick to become #1 for the 4th time on the DP World Tour. And Novak Djokovic equalled Roger Federer's record last night. The former world #1 defeated Casper Ruud to lift his 6th ATP Finals trophy. The 35-year-old was pushed all the way through this, but he overcame his Norwegian opponent 7-5 and 6-3 to win in straight sets. That's all for now. Make sure to tune in at 12:45 to watch our live show covering the England vs Iran game.